Nova. Nova. Oh, Bluebell.
Hello my darling, it's Chanel, and today we are doing Kinky Corner. Basically, this is where I read really silly erotica. It's got to have something strange and unusual or monstrous about it. I don't want to read serious erotica. I want to be able to laugh and giggle at the absurdity of it. Today's erotic theme is inanimate objects, and that's because the book that I have been recommended the most on my channel is Unhinged by Vera Valentine. So I remember this did the rounds. I think it was last year or the year before, but everybody was reading it, and it's about a woman and her sentient door. Obviously there's some magic involved, but I'm sure it's going to be completely unhinged. But that is going to be the first book I read. So I do kind of do spoilers. I don't say everything that's in the book. I like to leave some things as a surprise for those who do want to pick it up themselves. But I do comment out loud on a whole bunch of things that are going on, especially if it's to do with a sexual variety. But that will be the first book that I am reading. So let's get started. Okay. I'm just going to read the dedication out to you. This one's for the reader that declared in a Facebook group that she uses Control F to search for the word cock at the start of a story to make sure she doesn't get tricked into reading a closed-door romance by mistake. Shine bright, you smutty diamond. The world needs more women like you. As a doll, I didn't know when I fell in love with Tanner, only that I most assuredly was. And it might have been the first time she laid her soft fingertips on the cool brass of my knob. This is going to be puntastic. Oh my god. Sorry about my voice, guys. I'm a bit under the weather still. There was one night when she was looking through her peephole and her breasts were pressed against the door, and he said, I couldn't hold back my deadbolt, which slid free with excitement at the touch of her soft cheek. He's got some premature deadbolting going on. It's very voyeuristic. He's just constantly watching her in the privacy of her own home. Ooh, the superintendent might be an anal rapist. Oh, okay, so the police have now been around because the woman Randall was seen dragging off to the woods is now missing. And the door guy is a little worried that Randall might now set his sights on Tanner, and he's now at her front door. It's like kind of a murder thriller as well as an erotica. Randall is so gross. Ugh. Oh, it's Greek gods. There's someone at the door who's dressed in like Greek god attire. And he said, Hera has told me I must make some amends for my affairs. Oh, it's Zeus. Personally, I think she's being oversensitive. But women, right? You fuck one girl as a weather event, or a bird, or her own husband, and all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Part of Hera's whole thing is consent, which she says I need to learn. Ooh, okay. So he's made from solid oak, which is one of Zeus's sacred trees. And it accidentally made it from Mount Olympus into our world and, was made into him. You might be my son? What, Zeus? See, a lot of things happened in that grove, and there was this perfectly positioned knothole on this really sexy tree, and the mead was flowing freely. Standard Zeus, pretty much, though, to be honest. He would absolutely stick his dick in that. On the forum Reddit, do not stick your dick in that. Okay, so he's saying, if you can get her to fuck you as a door, you can be a real boy. Okay, so now he seems to be able to enter her dream state as a man. She's having one of those horrible back in school dreams where she's naked. Okay, and she's like, you look familiar. Who are you? And he says, I am your door, and I love you. Oh, okay, he's only got tonight to talk to her. That's it. So she's like, what do you want me to do? Like, oil your hinges? So she's just found that he has been perving on her this entire time. And now he's giving her the 411 on Randall, and he's letting her know that Randall has let himself into her apartment many times. He likes to take her panties as a souvenir. Ooh, Randall is dosing Tanner's orange juice. Ooh, 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 ooh. And taking some more panties. Okay, so she's talking to herself out loud. She's like, do I do this, or was it just a stupid dream? But she's like, women fuck cucumbers and shit, right? Like, you know, why not? Ooh, she's brought some lube. Okay, so she's lubing up his knob. Okay, he's got a big knob. Oh my god. And now he's turned into a man. She meant to go drink the juice, but he's letting her know that it has been drugged. So they have to get a new door, obviously, because he's left that position vacant. She's decided to give him a name, and it's Driss, after the actor Idris. Driss. Oh my god, he's a bit worried that she might now have a door fucking fetish. You know, he doesn't want her impaling herself on any other doorknobs besides his. So instead of obviously good boy, good girl, we've got, you've been a very good door. So she's giving him a hand, and he was very, 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 very happy with it. So Randall's just busted his way into the apartment, and he has a gun. So Driss is trying to take him down. Oh, I think he's just been shot. He's turned back into a door, and she got some wood putty to try and fix him up. Okay, so she's put the door on the floor this time, and she's thinking, well, if I sat in his knob last time and it turned him into a man, maybe it'll happen again. And now he's a human. And he's having himself a good time. Just like, fill up that condom, baby. So Randall has gone to jail. He's been found guilty of killing a woman. Okay. Tanner said that she's been visited by Hera, and Hera said that that Driss is going to turn back into a door every full moon, and she has to sit on his knob to bring him back. Bang, bang, on the door, baby. But she's okay with it because honestly, she's a fan of his knob. Zeus left him a present. It's a wallet with a driver's license. Okay, because he does need identification and documents. So his name is Driss Locke, and he's a 32-year-old legal immigrant from Greece. Oh, and he's got a business card. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. What is the spice rating? So MA. Oh no, you know what? It's kink, isn't it? She's inserting doorknobs into her hoo-ha, so it's an R rating. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that he was a door for most of the time. Because, you know, knob is the same thing, so it just sometimes went out of my head what was actually going on. Yeah, there was the little murder element. I don't know, did it need it? Did it need a creepy, murdering, sleazy landlord with a knicker fetish? I don't know. It was fine. I kind of liked the little Greek god insertion with Zeus being horny dog Zeus, banging everything in any form. That was kind of funny. Driss himself, he's clearly a simp for Tanner, but I don't know, I felt like his personality was a bit soggy cardboard, a bit one note. It was fun. It was fun. You know, it's not the best erotica I've read, but I still enjoyed my time with it. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I shall return with another book. What is the inanimate object going to be this time? Place your bets. Hey, Sylvie. Was there cat butt in there the whole time? Silves? Silves? Are you showing people your butt? Sylvie. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Hey, guys, I just had a rug delivery. I'm very excited. I will go and do some snow angels in that later because I really love furry rugs. But my Kobo is dead as a doorknob. So I am doing this one on my computer. So apologies for the setup, but yeah, I've got to read it on my computer. And this book, the book that we're reading next, has the longest title I've ever heard of in my life, but I wanted to try out a Chuck Tingle erotica. From what I've heard, Chuck does a whole bunch of just weird and wacky shit and loves to do insanely long titles. So this is called Pounded in the Butt by My Handsome Sentient Library Card Who Seems Otherworldly, but in reality is just a natural part of the priceless resources our library system provides. How ridiculous is it? This is fantastic. This is fantastic. So let's buckle up. I don't think I've ever read, is the library card a male? Because it's got a man's face on it. Is this MM or is it just M and object? Anyway, let's start. 3 knocks ring out and I hurry across my apartment, making my way to the front door. Let's go. Oh, I reached for the knob. We got knobs. He's just giving his friend a tour of his studio apartment, but it's got a massive deck. You want to see the deck? There's a loud banging and he's pretending that he can't hear the banging. And he said, okay, fine. There's a balloon artist next door and he practices balloon animals all day. Oh, that would suck. He's saying that he can't afford the internet and his friend's like, hey, there's another option, you know, to get free internet. A library card. He spelt it weird. LIBRARIKARD. Library card. It's like they're free, bruh. They're free. It's almost like, it sounds like the way he's written it. It's almost like Moira is saying it. Library card. The second I enter the library, I'm enveloped in a wash of glorious, peaceful silence. It feels as though I've entered some mystical ancient temple, a place of reverence and secrecy. Oh my God. He's like, I need the magical library card. And she's like, yeah, dude, I can give you one. He's like, it's that simple? She's like, yeah, just fill out the forms. So it seems he just thought like a library card was a magical key, not an actual library card. He's sad that a library card isn't actually a magical artifact. What? Okay. So his library card is sentient and his name is Yorko. And he's handsome. He's got a grin. Oh my God. He's like, oh, I'd love to, know what else comes with my library card. And Yorko, the card, says, on the clock, that's everything. But what I do after hours is my business. And he's like, when do you get off? Right now. So now they're in some sort of like ancient temple room. Yorko is strutting towards me. Does he have legs? I'm sorry, I'm going back. I'm like, no? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go with it. He's walking towards him. I guess he has limbs now. They're deeply, passionately kissing each other and tearing off each other's clothes. He's got a rectangle body though, so like rectangle, they've got like little legs and little arms. Kind of like a SpongeBob SquarePants deal. He's got a blue pipitachen and it points like an arrow. He's giving his library card a blowy. He just got massively deep-throated. Now he's getting the backdoor action. This card is hung, bro. He's got some spillage happening. Library cards are pretty great. I know a library card isn't going to solve the crushing weight of a greed-fueled system based on soul-shredding capitalism run wild. I mean, not even close. But it is going to give me a few very important things, and that's a start. Life's not easy, and humanity has made some dumb decisions over the years, but I'm happy to be here in the presence of one thing that we actually got kind of right. Okay. Okay. Look, that one didn't really do much for me. It just got immediately into the sex. There wasn't much in the way of a plot, of character development whatsoever. Even the physicality and mechanics weren't explained. Like, I'm assuming it was a card that the librarian gave, but then the card must have grown legs and hands and walked around and stuff. I don't, you know, based on that, I don't think I'd be interested in any more Chuck Tingle stuff. It's just lacking a bit of story building, I guess. Like, I'm glad it touches on the benefits of a library system, and that it is one thing that governments, I guess, did right. I'm really glad that they do fund the library system, because libraries aren't just for accessing books and knowledge, so to speak, but it's for people who can't afford internet. It allows people somewhere to go where they're not required to spend any money. They can go and ask for help. As a librarian, besides recommending books, we do help people with a lot of just everyday stuff. Can you print me out a map of how to get from here to here, or can you call this place for me, or can you help me make a reservation? It's a lot of, I guess, tech help and just general all-round help. It's kind of a one-stop shop for the needs of the community. But yeah, this one was, I didn't really enjoy it that much, to be honest. Not my cup of tea, but I know he has an extensive backlist, so if what I said out loud or the idea of that interests you, go ahead. If you want something that's super fast, get straight to the nuts and bolts, then that's for you. So the final book that I am reading for this inanimate object erotica kinky corner episode is Spooned by Ruth Cardello. So we've got a bit of a story happening, which is what I do enjoy. So this says, when a World War II super soldier is trapped in cutlery and discovers he can transform back into a man by being intimate with a woman, he seeks to free the rest of his unit via some unconventional matchmaking. I love how ridiculous it sounds. So that is the next one. This is actually a big one. This is book size, 176 pages. So yeah, we should be getting some world building with this, but that is the next one. I'm going to go get cozy and we're going to get reading. This starts off with Providence, Rhode Island, 2024. Would you like a beer? I ask as I slip off my shoes and head to my kitchen, waving for my friend Greg to follow. I need one after today. Hey Sylvie, I can tell Sylvie wants to come sit on my lap. Hey sweetie. I saw ya. You can sit on mum. Beautiful girl. Oh, you're so beautiful. Pretty kitty. Such a pretty kitty. Oh. So we've got two people, Greg and the main character. Greg is in Water Pollution Control Commission, and the main character works as a freelance market analyst. Okay, so this is the second in the series, and I do think you need to read the first one first. There's obviously some background info I'm not aware of, because it turns out the main character, he's talking about how he's single, and his friend Greg says, there's nothing wrong with being single or alone. It's called being selective with your time. And the main character thinks, he doesn't understand. How could he? I have a spoon in my purse that Mercedes and Hugh tried to convince me harbors a World War II super soldier. So yeah, obviously they continue on. They're not standalones. That you should read these in sequential order. So they're just saying that his friend Mercedes, or her friend, I don't even know if the main character is female or male. I think I've just been talking about the main character as if they're male, but I think they're female. And she's saying that, yeah, Mercedes said, how about her friend had told her that she'd had sex with a fork, and that's what brought her and her partner together. A fork in there? Ooh, risque business. Okay, the main character's name is Cheryl. She's brought up to her friend Greg, how would you go about like bringing up that you have a kink, and Greg's just immediately try to get out of that friendship zone. It's like, if you want to fuck, let's fuck. I'll try anything once. And she's like, no, that's not what I was talking about. And now she's shut him down, and now it's awkward. And she'll just say that she started her period so that he'll accept it as an excuse for my erratic behavior. Okay, hun. Okay, so now we've gone back in time to Jack in Boston, Massachusetts, 1941, and I'm guessing he's the super soldier that's stuck in the spoon. Okay, so we're back. We just got a backstory of, how Jack joined the army, and then we've got Cheryl, who's just upchucked on her rug and is freaking out because she's also naked and wet, and she doesn't really remember what happened. So she thinks that she was drugged. So she thought she was drugged by someone spiked her drink. And now she's just thinking of kink cutlery cults. Now she's talking to the spoon. I am a strong, independent woman, but sometimes I don't want to be the strong one. Tonight I did something stupid and I'm scared. I know I'm not supposed to be scared. Women don't need men anymore. We don't need anyone. But I want someone to hold me and tell me everything is going to be okay. I want to curl up in the lap of someone who loves me just the way I am. So he's come back to tell his parents pretty much goodbye, that they've been experimenting on them, and then they're being sent into battle. He's got 20/20 vision again, used to wear glasses. She's decided to give the spoon back to her friends. They're like, we need to show her. She's like, oh, no. I don't need to be given a demonstration of your guys' sex kinks. But then, boom, it turns out that Hugh can just turn into a fork at will. Okay, they've just realized that they've probably just given her a regular spoon. Oh my God. And now they're giving her a spoon that has someone in there. She's just trying to get her to hold the spoon because supposedly she should feel a connection to it straight away. And as soon as she touches it, she's like, this spoon is mine. She's like, I'm not fucking a spoon though. But she can't give the spoon back. Better a spoon than a fork, my dudes. Better a spoon than a fork. Okay, Jack is feeling something in the spoon. So basically Jack's undergone a Captain America glow up. Her friend and her are just talking about anal and ass stretching over breakfast at a cafe, as you do. So now she's letting her friend in on the hypothetical super soldier stuck in cutlery. Okay, so she's decided to give it a go. So she's in bed and she's moving the spoon all over her body, if you get my drift. The spoon is starting to vibrate. Woo! Doesn't even need batteries. He's already out. Wow, she didn't even need to really have sex with her. She just had to put it against her clitoris. Okay. So she's just letting him know what's been happening. And she's very, very happy with his human form. And she's just cupped him. Okay, lady, just go and grab someone by the dick. Oh, and now he's gone back into the spoon. Okay, so emotional distress turns back into the spoon. So now she's gone back to rubbing it on her clit. It starts vibrating again. And He's back. Now she's giving him a play-by-play catch-up on World War II. And they're putting him on the phone to Hugh. Oh, he's a spoon again. They're going to come over. And they're like, all right, we're going to come over and then you can, bring him back. And she's like, with you here. And they're like, no. You can just eat some ice cream with him. Think about how much you enjoy it and that you want him to come on and come back. He'll come back. You don't actually need to have sex with them. You just need to enjoy them while you're using them. She's already thinking about, like, who can I tell the truth to about this? How did you guys meet? So they've also given him some new identification. He's pretty much asking her already to be his girlfriend. She's like, you'll sleep on the couch. And he said, after I bend you over it. Saucy. So he was having trouble adjusting his seat and decided to go for a drive. So she went to help him and whoa, she's fallen into his lap. She's straddling him in the car. So now she's like opening up about her entire dating history. All right, they've decided to go back to the house. I don't think they're going for a drive after all. Now they're having sex. Supposedly he can reach her G-spot with his tongue. And now they're spooning. Okay, so pretty much regular sex. Now she's updating him about the internet so he can Google his family. Okay, so he's got nieces and nephews that are still alive. He's snuck out now to go and chat to his friend about, the project that they were a part of. And he's gone to his friend because Cheryl opened up about being assaulted by a guy and now he wants to hunt the guy down. Okay, so it's sort of like now in the future and he still sometimes turns back into a spoon. He can't come back without her helping him. And she's in love with him and the sex is amazing. They want to bring back another person. Her friend Ashley's calling her again. And it turns out Ashley's taken home a knife. She's telling her friend not to fuck the knife. Supposedly the dude in the knife is not really a good guy. So she's just told them like, hey, this is what's happening. Okay. So we've just finished Spooned. It wasn't very raunchy, was it? I just realized the camera is this way. I'm going to have to flip it because I don't want to look over here. Das is better. Yeah, there was just the one sex scene which was very vanilla. I wouldn't even call it R at all because all she did was just rub a spoon on her clit and on her nips. Like, yeah, it's not even that kinky. So like MA, obviously, because there's details of the sex, but it's still very tame. It was very tame for an erotica. And there was just so much backstory. I do not care for like super soldier war stuff. So, during those chapters, I was like a bit bored. So yeah, I didn't love this one. I appreciate the meatiness they tried to include with it, but like, yeah, for an erotica, it wasn't erotic enough for me. Hey, sweetheart. For me, I would say the most enjoyable erotic book I read today was Unhinged. I don't think I can touch doorknobs and not think of that book now. So that was fun. You're very cuddly today. Hey, you're not normally this affectionate. You're not normally this affectionate, baby. If you guys have any recommendations for inanimate erotica that's good and actually has good sex in it, like, what did we read today? So Unhinged had a good balance of sex and I guess plotline characters. Pounded in the Butt by My Library Card was just too quick and fast and shallow for me. And then Spoon was too much focused on the world building, character development than the actual sex. So, yeah, Unhinged was my favorite out of this one, but yeah, do let me know if there's any others so I can add them. I add them to a little database for in the future when it's time to pick an erotic novel, I've got it there. But I generally like something that's weird and wacky, just silly. I don't want it to be super serious and has actual sex in there, like a decent amount of sex, but isn't too short, isn't just wham bam, thank you ma'am. Like an attempt at a plot, so to speak. But otherwise, that was everything for this kinky corner. Until next time, stay wild, Star Child.
Bluebell. Bubbles. What are you doing? I guess she likes a new rug. Hey?